Good morning. This video is going to be about my newly acquired Ryan's Equipment fixed rotating grapple saw that is installed on my excavator. Here's a picture, or here's a shot of it. It is model number 2059 and I have serial number 011. As you can tell, it is extremely well built. Perhaps you can't tell, but I can tell you that it is. I've used it for about an hour so far, cleaning up some blow down trees from the hurricane that came through in early August, and am very pleased with it thus far. Even though I have a Ryan's Equipment shirt on, I do not work for them. I know most of the people there and consider them good friends, and they, in my opinion, make excellent attachments. So I'm going to tell you about this attachment and how I installed it on my Takeuchi TB285 excavator. As you can see, it has a fixed rotating turntable. The grapple opening is 59 inches. The bar on the saw is 28 inches. And the chain is a 3/4 pitch chain, and it's a BC chain. To give you an idea of what that means, there's the bar, a spare bar. There's the chain that's on it, and it's next to a regular chainsaw with a 24-inch bar on it. So you can see the difference in size. I've been told the BC chain is good for this type of application. There's a 3/4 inch chain that is an HC chain, which is typically used on feller buncher heads. Cuts a little differently, but this will stay sharp a little longer. The attachment has I believe it's a 3-gallon. Look on their website and check the specs, but this is the bar oil filler, and it has adjustment for you open this cover here, this swings out, you can adjust the tension on the chain. With that pitch of chain, just as another factor, you can see how deep these are that go into the rail of the bar, and therefore they don't, when the bar stretches, when the chain stretches, they'll stay in the bar longer because of the depth of those pieces. The access to the hydraulic fittings are reasonable. Obviously they're tight, but there are access ports to be able to get to everything. There are ports around the head to access points. Thus far, like I said, I've only run it about an hour, and thus far I have when it came from the factory, one of the fittings was a little loose, the hydraulic fitting on this ram here. It was actually, yes, over on this side, but you close it and it was easily to tighten it up, was an easy matter. And I have it installed with, my excavator has low flow and high flow auxiliary hydraulics. This is the low flow, this is the high flow. You can see I have Stucci fittings. This is the electrical line that runs the diverter valve. You need 3 functions to run this attachment. rotate, which is my low flow, open and close of the grapple, and the bar. You want the bar on the high flow, obviously. That's what takes the most power. So there's a diverter valve here that's electronically controlled. So when it was installed, we installed a electrical cable, just wire tied it back to the hydraulic hoses. You can see it up there. Routed it back to the battery. That's a 12-volt solenoid valve. By the way, when I say we, there's a local mobile mechanic named Daniel Giroux. Excellent. And he did the work. I was there and I was fetching tools for him and holding the light, etc. But he did most of the work. So shout out to him. Very professional, competent mobile mechanic. On the other side, again, low flow, high flow, and this is the case drain. In the case drain, everything except the electrical was already installed on my machine. So the installation went well. Hooked it to the battery, and then from the factory they provided a switch that you could attach to one of your joysticks. Here is the switch. Works, you just mount it to the side of the joystick, use your thumb to attach it, then you can use, or finger, then you can use a toggle for your other thing. I had a button on one of my sticks that was not being used, so I elected to rewire the joystick rather than add the button to it. The joysticks on this particular machine are 5-volt electrical. This was a 12-volt, needed a 12-volt signal, so Daniel did some rewiring of the stick to get the 12-volt signal from the battery up to that one button. So now I'm going to go in and start up. Oh, by the way, as you can see, I have some polycarbonate screening there. Don't ask me why I installed that. There's an expensive lesson behind that, as you can imagine. But this is a 2012 excavator, and I went many years without it, fortunately. So now I'm going to start the machine and show you how the saw runs. Machine's already warmed up. The functions are this low flow control operates rotate, which I can adjust independently. As you can see there's the stick. This proportional button on my other side runs the open and close. And then, that was at idle speed. Now I'm at max throttle. There is a button on the back side of this stick that was non-functional. So now if I hold that button and run the proportional, out comes the saw. And then just do it the other way to reverse it. This attachment does not have automatic return, which I think is a great feature, and it does not have an automatic chain tensioner, which again may be nice under some circumstances, but it is another thing that could go wrong. And if the chain only needs to be adjusted once every 3 days or something, I'm fine with doing that by hand. So now I'm going to show you. There's the rotation. Again, I can dial that up. I've got it slow because I'm just learning how to run this thing. And I can do rotation and open and close simultaneously. And obviously the bar will run in any position. By not having that automatic return, now I can run the bar wherever I want to cut things, and I don't have to worry about the automatic. You can see the oil coming off the bar now. So with this fixed position rather than a dangle head, now you can imagine how utilitarian it is as far as being able to adjust things, grab things. I mean, it's cleaning up. The reason I got this attachment, acquired this attachment, I traded, or I used to have a 12-inch Grapple, 12-inch shear for this excavator, and I had a dangle rotating Grapple. This one piece will take the place of both of those, and the size limit on the shear was 12 inches. This is obviously much bigger.